a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
The bits.
Welcome to The Bits, hosted by your favorite jam buds, Charlie.
And Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, Charlie.
Have you ever babysat before?
No, I haven't. But you know who has?
Greg the Babysitter?
Gasp, which is the episode we're looking at today, season 3, episode 16, which premiered July 29th, 2016. Oh boy.
This is an episode.
This is quite an episode. I can't wait till we get to 3 Gems and a Baby. That's a better previously on Greg and Rose video episode.
Well, that's a Greg minus Rose episode, though. That's the previously on Greg and Steven episode.
You ever see it's like a meme comic where it's Garfield minus Garfield and it just looks like John's talking to himself and going crazy? It's funny.
I have not.
Clearly you're not memed.
I do think this episode is like a secret gem, haha, if you will, because of some little tidbits we get from Rose in this episode. We start at It's a Wash, and it's busy there. He has 2 customers. Can't believe it. Greg has 2 customers. This is insane. It's almost like when 15 years ago they had the mud tornado.
The mudnado, if you will. Yeah.
Is this a reference to Sharknado?
I 100% it has to be. Sharknado was like a huge thing in 2015 or 2016, sorry.
My parents watched every single one of them and they love those movies.
I'm sure they're fun movies to watch. That being said, it's a Sharknado.
Time travel.
There's time travel? God, you know what else has time travel? Riverdale.
Like the 5th one. That's true. There's also alternate realities in Riverdale.
There's alternate realities. There's superpowers. There's time travel. There's 2 Jugheads. One of these days, if we ever finish the bits, we should make a Riverdale podcast that doesn't cover any of the other Archie products other than Riverdale.
I think I would hate myself. I can't do it. Rob.
And then let's do a Supernatural podcast where we go through all of the episodes. Phoebe would be a recurring guest for each and every episode. You, me, and Phoebe. That joke we were doing during Mr. Greg, where it's like the 3 of us write a musical. Scratch that. The 3 of us host a podcast talking about Supernatural, and we all die inside a little.
Robert, I've never seen Supernatural. Or actually, the only episode I've seen of Supernatural is, in fact, Scooby-Natural, and I'd like to keep it that way.
It's going to be great when I show Max Supernatural, and I finally get to that Scooby episode, like 14 seasons later. It's going to be great.
Are you okay with one spoiler for Supernatural? Because there's one thing I know about the show, and it's that they killed me off.
They killed you? Damn.
There was a redhead, well, she was gay, she was a lesbian, named Charlie, and she got killed. They killed me off.
R.I.P.
Wrong pronouns, wrong orientation, but close enough. Redhead, named Charlie, gay, killed. The show doesn't like women. I hope you know that. Let's talk about Steven Universe, because that's happier.
So, Steven is surprised that Greg has had this job longer than he's been alive. Steven, that is... You've known that your dad has had this job your entire life. Did you not? Ergo, you should know he's had this job longer than you were.
I mean, you wouldn't necessarily know that. Like, he could have been working somewhere else when he was like a baby and didn't remember it. You know?
True. I guess, yeah. But no, Greg has been working at this place for 15 years, and Greg's trying to tell him the story, and Steven interrupts him, gets his guitar, and then tells Greg, you got to sing the story. And it's like, yeah, this is the orientation of a Greg tells a past story.
Do we like this song? Is this a good song?
Yes, I like the song. Listen, there are no bad Greg Universe songs.
Absolutely. This is a bop. I enjoy I Need a Little Change because, like, he's not talking about how he needs her to change or anything. He's like, wow, I need money to survive, but, like, I'm happy with how my life is. I just need money. That really sucks. This song is saying essentially, fuck capitalism. But him and Greg are having like such a great little montage of a relationship during this song. We bring out Greg's album of the Philosophy Majors. We see him waiting for the gems to come back on the warp pad. They give him high fives, except for Pearl. Rose reads the passions of what the fuck is it called? Zanzar. Zanzor. That book is back. Remember that book that Craig said, Steven, you gotta wait to read that one. Maybe when you're older, because it's definitely sexy. We have Greg waiting in the snow for the gems because remember they don't have a house around the temple yet, so it's just kind of open to the elements. He doesn't have any other clothing except for his ripped jeans, his flip-flops, and his shirt with the sleeves cut off.
I'm so glad that gems don't have a concept of like cleanliness. Like Pearl has that after living on Earth for 5,000 years and also being a bit eccentric about cleanliness. Imagine trying to date a man and, I guess less importantly, sleep with a man who wears the same outfit every day and bathes in the ocean.
I mean, he doesn't have a house either. He's just living in his van. So, like, what is he gonna do? What is this man gonna do? He has no money. He's living in a van. Has to shower in the ocean. There are definitely, like, public places where you can shower, right? They're not, like, a local Y. I don't know, man. I do find it kind of terrifying to get soap and then go in the ocean.
Yeah.
Because that's disgusting.
That's so disgusting and probably bad for the ocean. TM. Can I say that with 100% confidence? No, because I'm not an oceanographer.
No. I have no idea what that does to the environment. But it's probably not good.
No.
Greg's jeans rip, and my personal headcanon is that these are the same cut-off shorts that he's wearing in the previous episode, because he would absolutely have kept them, right?
100%. I am also on the same boat of like just trying to keep my clothes until they break apart. And even then I'll be like, they're not broken apart completely yet. I just threw out a pair of pants today that were on its last legs. And I'm like, well, do I throw it out or don't I?
I'm so terrible about throwing things out. Like in general, I have to keep the tube of toothpaste until I've gotten every little bit out, Because I'm like, wait, I don't want to spend the money on that. I have to keep using as much of this as possible. Wait, I need to keep these jeans until there's so many holes that I can't wear them in public anymore.
Right.
Otherwise, I have to buy a new pair. I don't want to have to buy a new pair, so I have to keep this stuff. Greg gets... This is not his famous sunburn, but he does get a very bad sunburn with the classic. He has a pizza on his chest. Rose does not know about sunburns very clearly as she's just like lounging in the van while he's just sleeping on the beach and getting horribly burned. Poor Greg.
Poor Greg indeed.
She's just throwing him up in the air? The fuck?
I mean, because who amongst us does not want big, strong muscle mommy to throw us in the air? I mean, listen.
I mean, I would be so terrified of it because they're also like on a cliff when this is happening.
I mean, Rose can fly. She can get. She
cannot fly. She can control her descent. She can jump really high and control how she falls.
So it's not flying; it's falling with style.
Correct.
Have we made that joke on this podcast before? I feel like we have.
I don't remember, but if we did, it probably would have been in the episode where Steven did, in fact, fall with style. So I don't know. Greg does not have money for even Beach City Walk fries, so he eats out of the trash.
Not just Beach City Walk fries. He doesn't even have money for the bad Beach City Walk fries.
Yeah.
Or like the bad pizza, I think is what he said.
It's a bad hot dog.
Bad hot dog. There we go.
This song ends in the way that like he's playing it. I can't remember if that's diegetically or non-diegetically. I'm very bad at these things. But he's playing for money on the side of the road, and he's got like $1, and that's about it. So where does he go? To Vidalia's house, because he can mooch. This is Amazing. We see baby sour cream and younger Vidalia. Look at the hair. The hair is iconic.
The onion hair is iconic. Like Vidalia is rocking the whole like 90s grunge style. I love her so much.
This episode is just me being like, oh my god, they're both so hot.
Okay, but they're both so hot. Do you get gender envy from Greg?
Absolutely. Okay. I get gender envy from Greg. Are you kidding me?
Getting a little bit of maybe not gender envy, but like grunge envy from Vidalia. Like, I wish I could dress like that and feel good about myself.
I want to look like them, and I also absolutely would fuck. Wait till Greg takes his shirt off, okay? I can never stop thinking about it. So he eats some of her cereal, or I should say the rest of her cereal, as we find out. He's like, do you mind if I just hang here today? Because I got no money. I've just been worshiping my girlfriend, my space goddess girlfriend. And he tries to ask about how motherhood is going. And, you know, it's not really working out with sour cream eating his food because he's too cool for, what is this, like mushy peas or something? He's too cool for it. Doesn't matter.
Right.
And now she's craving the cereal, but as I said, he took all of it. So she's pretty mad. And since sour cream's not eating baby food, might as well. That is so disgusting.
Here's the thing. In theory, this is what? Mushed up carrots, I believe it was?
Oh, maybe it's carrots.
Yeah, mushed up carrots or like mushed up corn or something like that. I like corn. I like carrots. Like, would I go out of my way to like the grocery store and buy baby food and eat it as like my lunch? No. Would I, in an event of there is literally no other food in the house and my baby does not want it? Sure, why not?
I think I would rather starve, mostly because I think looking at the baby food, you forget, Robert, I have in fact taught at a daycare, and I have served baby food to small children before, and I often think that the baby food looks like puke. So I'm not into it. It would probably make me want to puke just looking at it. And with that out of the way, what does Greg see on the TV as he's eating his cereal?
Like an ad for Little Butler.
Little Butler. He's laughing his ass off so much that he spills the milk all over himself and Vidalia's couch.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
Dude, he's like peak. Like, we love Greg for the future, but like right now he's peak like scumbag friend who eats your food and like sleeps on your couch or whatever. Vidalia is too nice and offers to clean his shirt for him.
Yeah, I think he should have. The shorts should have also been cleaned, but it's not like he has anything else to wear. So, I think he should just go to Vidalia's house whenever he needs to be washed in general. But that's just me. Please stop showering in the ocean, Gregory.
Just stop showering in general. No, don't. Keep showering.
No.
Keep showering.
Please keep showering. You don't need to shampoo every day.
He has money now. Where does he take a shower like in modern day?
I would assume that he doesn't live in Steven's house though. So it's not like he goes there to shower. There's gotta be some place that he goes to shower, which is why my brain's just like, there's gotta be some public place that he can actually go to shower that he either just doesn't, like at this point in time, because he doesn't know about it and he's focused on Droz.
Right.
Or that like maybe it costs a little bit of money and now he has money. So in modern day, I don't know. But Greg takes off his shirt and Charlie is like, damn, sorry, it's the hair, it's the shirtless. I think young Greg is hot. Sue me. But I also think Vidalia is hot. And even when she's wearing this fucking shirt that Greg makes fun of, he's like, nice. Yeah, it's from the t-shirt shop where she works. What? She got a job there. She's working there today. It's her first day at work because, she has a baby. She needs to pay the bills somehow. She does also have a home. I would like to know how she acquired a home, actually, if she didn't have a job before.
No.
This is just dawning on me.
There are some implications we haven't thought about in this episode, but we're thinking about them now.
I certainly am. And specifically, I think we need to have a little side tangent because Vidalia gets a call from her babysitter who's like, yeah, I can't come. There's a death in the family. Vidalia's like, a hamster doesn't count.
I don't think a hamster should count. Like, you can mourn your little pet hamster, but you shouldn't use that as an excuse to get out of something. You shouldn't use that as an excuse to get out of work, for example.
Come on, you're getting money for this. Why would you not freaking go? I don't know, man. I would hang with the baby if my hamster died. That would make me happy. Anyway, I would like to theorize, who do we think this potential babysitter could be? There's not a lot of people in Beach City.
Mm-hmm.
So who is around 10-ish years older than Sour Cream and could have potentially babysat him?
10-ish years older than Sour Cream. Maybe Lars? Question mark?
No,
How this is teenage shit. So we have to remember this is 15 plus years in the past. So
yes,
every teenage character essentially would either be a baby or would not be born. So that eliminates pretty much every teenager we know.
So I'm thinking who are the adult characters? And are any of them? No, do we know if it's a girl or a guy? Do we know your pronouns? No, we just know the age of this child. Okay. We just know the age of the child and that they had a hamster. So, I'm absolutely ruling out Yellowtail as an option here.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's Kofi. I don't think it is the Fryman dad. How old is Jamie? I feel like Jamie would be dramatic enough to mourn his hamster.
Right.
Jamie has an adult job.
I guess
he doesn't hang out with the teenagers. So
I guess Jamie would have to be it. Yeah.
This is my theory. I would like to know, listeners, who your theory is on who this potential babysitter could be. I mean, maybe it's not somebody from Beach City, but we don't have a lot of other characters. Minor characters, humans. I'm trying to look on the Steven Universe wiki. Oh, we have a lot of the wrestlers as options of people that exist.
That are old enough, yeah.
A member of Greg's family. Those are other people that we know. No, I think you're the same age, presumably. That is a child. I think my solid case is for Jamie, but let us know your thoughts and feelings on who this could have been, if you think there's a possibility. Her babysitter canceled. Greg's here. Greg has nothing better to do with his life.
Really doesn't. So he's like, hey, I'll watch over Sour Cream. This is probably the worst mistake Vidalia makes.
This is a great mistake, I think. This is a good idea. Because this leads to Greg growing up a little bit. Okay?
Right.
He needed this push. Listen, I am sadly one of those people who's just like, yeah, when something big happens in my life, I think that is like a big push for a change to happen. I'm not very spiritual or anything. I'm just like, yeah, something needs to happen. Something needs to change here. And Greg has to watch this baby. I feel like if Vidalia had any other option, though, she would not have chosen Greg.
Yeah, you're right.
She says, you better, if anything happens to my baby, you better pray your space goddess's magic can bring people back from the dead.
Well, about that.
It can. Well, okay. Would Stephen have existed if Greg had died and become Pink Greg? Would Stephen be able to exist? Can Lars and Lion, can they reproduce with members of species?
No, I'm gonna say no.
Is this vampire rules where it's like, no, they can't really have children because they are undead?
Like, which vampire rules? Because there's a bunch of vampire shows and movies.
Sometimes it's weird, and sometimes it's not. I don't know, man. So they go to the beach. Sour Cream gets some sunscreen and some cool shades, and Greg is still shirtless for the rest of this episode.
Yeah, it's really funny how Greg just is sort of treating Sour Cream like one of the fellas, like, here's your sunscreen, here's your sunglasses, hey, cool baby.
Well, yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, but he's also like 1 year old. He needs a little more supervision than what he's getting.
he does, is true. There's no diapers brought with him. There is no, like, bottle of any sort. Like, I don't know if he's on formula or what have you. We don't know what age this baby is. His mom ate his food, so we have no food for him. There's a lot of things. If you're taking a baby out, there's usually a giant bag of many, many things involved.
That you should be taking with you, yeah.
Greg just holds the baby. That's it.
Greg is just raw dogging having a kid.
That sounds terrible, Robert. And Rose appears.
Floating down like the angelic, like space princess queen girlfriend that she is.
Yeah. And Greg's like, hey, Rose, let's show this baby how to beach. Woo, they should have had a beach off. Oh, wait, this came up way before Barbie. They go get wet. Greg makes a joke that he's a Sandman. Ha ha, ha ha. And Sour Cream is just like, whatever, I'm a baby. He's also Sour Cream, so he's too cool for everything.
Even as a baby.
Mm-hmm. He likes sitting on the blanket. He likes his new shades. What else do you need?
What else do you need? Yeah.
And I think this is when we have our little discussion with Rose, which I think is one of the highlights of this episode for me, specifically, because Rose is like, you don't know how long it took me to figure out that babies and, like, you are the same thing. Because gems, we just pop out of the ground. We're already made. We don't grow. We don't change.
And I love how Greg's rebuttal is like, yeah, I mean, we have to. You can't really play guitar with tiny baby hands.
But it's like, this is part of Rose's, future rhetoric, clearly, as, like, why she wants to become human and everything, right? What's Steven's song in the movie again, Robert? What's it called?
What is it called?
Isn't it called, like, Change?
Yep.
Yeah, that's just kind of like the whole theme about Steven, just need a little change your mind, change. It's all about that. It's all about how you can grow and change as a person and become something different, and you don't have to be the same thing forever.
But what if you are the same thing forever?
And yeah, that's why Rose is, like, so fascinated by humans. I love this conversation. I love it. And so does Greg. He is so inspired by this that he's like, wait, hold on. Let me go grab my guitar. Watch Sour Cream for me. What were you saying? It was, like, very profound but relatable. They're gone.
Yeah, and he runs all across, like, the beach and the pier and everything trying to look for them, and he eventually finds Rose just standing there being like, looking up at a Ferris wheel, and he's like, Rose, I told you to look after Sour Cream. And Rose is like, oh yeah, I did. I looked at him and I watched after him as he climbed up to the tippy top of the Ferris wheel. What in the fucking, like, Rugrats is this episode?
It really is, honestly. I think Sour Cream is auditioning to be one of the Rugrats. But Rose really took this literally. She's like, yeah, you told me to watch him, so I watched him do all of this stuff just for you. Aren't you proud of me? Do I get a sticker? No, Rose, because that's not quite what it means. I'm surprised we didn't have a joke about babysitting, Whenever there's somebody who doesn't understand what that means, there's always a joke about, so you sit on the babies? Where did we get this term?
I don't want to look up the etymology of babysitting right now.
I don't either, but I'm just very confused. So Rose thinks this is going to be a formative experience. Greg's like, he's going to fall and die. So he has to go climb the Ferris wheel and get baby Cream. And now, how's he supposed to get down with the baby? What's he supposed to do? Does Rose turn it on? I think, yeah, Rose turns on the Ferris wheel to try to get them down. And she makes it go way too fast. They're not buckled in or anything. They're not sitting down. They're just on top of one of the things. Rose fucking destroys the control panel trying to get it to stop. It goes supersonic speed. She grabs it. Greg and baby Cream go flying. And then she breaks off
one of the seats, yeah.
Yeah, one of the seats from the Ferris wheel and does her little falling with style thing to catch Greg and baby Cream. And Greg's like, well, you can't just let babies do anything they want. But you do everything you want, Greg. Yeah, but I don't need anybody to change me or feed me or
take care of me or lift me. Oh man, wait, I am a baby.
And so he takes Baby Cream back home to Vidalia. It's like, yeah, everything went great. Nothing bad happened whatsoever today. And she's like, so do you want your shirt? It's all clean. And he says, well, you gotta grow up sometime. And he just walks away, which isn't what Vidalia was talking about. But okay, my brain was like, but this is in reference to the fact that she was wearing the shirt from the place that she was working at. So he's not wearing a shirt because he has to go get a shirt of a place that he's going to work at, which he does during his topless stroll. He comes across, it's a wash. It has a help wanted sign, and he walks in.
The pacing of it makes it seem like he walks in and then removes the help wanted sign, which honestly, if that is the case, baller move. That's just like walking to a place being like, I'm hired.
Was anyone working there? Does
Probably
anyone else
not
actually work there besides Greg?
It would be nice for Greg to mention like a coworker he's had in the past 15 years, but he doesn't.
Like maybe the guy who hired him and then maybe gave him It's a Wash or something. Because, you know, that's the vibe that I get, is that maybe there was somebody working there who needed a new young blood to help out, and that was Greg. And he's singing a song, let me drive my van into your wash. And he's got an It's a Wash shirt. And now he's worked there ever since. He grew up. He changed.
Gasp.
But whatever happened to Baby Sour Cream? No one knows.
Baby Sour Cream became adult sour cream. Well, adult TM. He's not an adult. He's a child still.
We don't know how old anyone is in this show. I'm still confused by Onion's age.
Onion is eternal.
Onion is an eternal child, specifically.
Onion is just an eldritch being.
Agreed, actually. Hey, Robert.
Hey, Charlie.
Should we go to the Crystal Temple now?
For what reason should we go to the Crystal Temple?
Maybe some Crystal Temple trivia?
Oh, maybe.
This episode's name was first revealed in the episode listing on the Cartoon Network website.
This is the first of 2 episodes in the series where Steven's name goes unsaid, the other being Buddy's book.
What?
That's a weird
What
thing.
the fuck does that mean?
Steve, no one said the word Steven throughout the entire episode.
That's insane. That's a piece of trivia that somebody knows.
Do we even get a Stubal?
I don't think so. I don't remember a Stubal.
Steven wasn't even addressed at all in this episode.
During the time this episode takes place, Greg sings, "Let me drive my van into your wash," which he would later rename, "Let me drive my van into your heart."
In this episode, Rose's power to resurrect is hinted by Vidalia. She said if anything bad happens to her kid, he better pray his space goddess magic and bring people back from the dead, foreshadowing her power.
For cultural references, when Greg shouts, "Rose, get me off this crazy thing!" he is referencing a catchphrase from The Jetsons, a 1962 American animated sitcom. In both the original source and this episode's shout-out, a future father is stuck on an out-of-control contraption that outputs a rotational force and pleads for his future wife to come to the rescue.
I feel like people are just using words without actually knowing what they mean. Sour Cream's face throughout the whole episode resembles the internet famous Lenny face.
All right. At one point, Greg is playing a game called Potato Bros, which is most likely a reference to the famous Mario Bros games.
I mean, most likely, sure. At the last part of the song, I Think I Need a Little Change, a figure with a similar green striped shirt and beige pants and brown shoes resembling Steve from Blue's Clues.
Okay, Steve from Blue's Clues is the one who gave him like $1? Is that it? Is that what they're saying here?
I guess so. But hey, Charlie, it's not time for your favorite section.
Continuity? Greg's comment about being unable to tell Steven a story of his past without working in a song is a nod to the episode's Story for Steven and We Need to Talk, both of which were flashback episodes, and both of which included a musical number.
Greg sees the first commercial for the little butler on Vidalia's TV, starting his commitment to the show seen previously in maximum capacity after he found it instantly hilarious.
Rose and Greg are seen reading Passions of Zanzor together, a book first shown in a maximum capacity.
Greg plays an album of the philosophy majors for Rose at the beginning of the flashback, an album first seen in We Need to Talk.
Greg picks up fry bits from the trash can during I Think I Need a Little Change, which later becomes Steven's favorite fast food.
And now for our Pearl points. I think the pearl points, you're giving your pearl points to Charlie. There's only one little guy in this episode, and his name is Sour Cream.
I'm giving it to Baby Cream in the sunglasses specifically.
Don't fucking say Baby Cream. Baby Cream is weird.
That's what they call him. They call him Baby Cream.
That's still weird, dude. But yeah, sure. Let's give it to Baby Cream.
And his little shades. He's looking super cool. Just like meh. I love how he's fully voiced by the same voice actor and sounds like a grown man.
I mean, what else is he supposed to sound like?
A baby.
What do babies even sound like? Do we know? Has science gone so far that we know what babies sound like?
Yes. Yes, it has.
I don't think so. I think that's just propaganda.
So, Robert, what do we think our question should be today?
Oh, God. Have you ever had to watch over a friend's kid? Are we at that age where we can start watching over friends' kids yet?
I mean, we could always just say, have you ever babysat? But
No. But like more specifically, have you ever had to watch over? Because like babysitting, yeah, that's like the thing that happens when you're like 13 and you're watching over a 10-year-old. The John Mulaney joke, you know?
I've not had to watch over again, define friend's kid. I've watched my parents' friend's kid, but not like someone my own age's child's, because I don't know a lot of people who have children. You know, this day and age, not a lot of the people be having the kids. Did you know that, Robert?
You know it's expensive to have kids.
Did you know that we're already overpopulating the planet as it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Have not babysat for a mutual age range friend. But like I said, I have watched like my parents' friends' kids, who I would now consider to also be my friends, but they are of a different age range than me. So it does not fulfill.
No, it doesn't. Well, that's it for another episode here at The Bits. Charlie, thank you as always for making a podcast with me.
Thank you for making a podcast with me. I will not be making a supernatural one with you.
I think you should. It'll be funny.
I think I would gouge out my eyes.
Don't say that. But most importantly, Charlie,
if every podcast were perfect,
we wouldn't have The Bits.
Bye-bye.
Buzzers. You can follow this podcast socials at The Bits SU Pod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send a message to our dime line through thebitsSUpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to support us financially, join us at patreon.com/thebitsu. By becoming a patron, you can join the Deus Ex Media Discord server, where you'll be able to chat with us and other listeners about Steven Universe, or whatever else. Our $5 patron tier also gets you access to Steven's Room, our monthly bonus show. There, we'll talk about a wide variety of topics, which usually have something to do with Steven in some way. No promises.
You can check out our merch store, The Bits SU, on Redbubble to find custom designs made by Charlie, me. Or if you cannot do that or do not want to support us financially, we'd really appreciate a rating, a review, or letting your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. It really helps. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms. I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws. You can also hear my voice on 2 other podcasts. I co-host another podcast on the network with Ray called Of the Eldest Gods, where we talk about the mythology book series by Rick Riordan, starting with Percy Jackson. I also co-host a podcast with my buddy Ethan called Mysteries in the Machine, where we talk about all things Scooby-Doo.
You can find me, Robert, at the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. If you want to hear more from me, check out my YouTube channel, also called the Damn Meme page, where I make videos mainly about Percy Jackson, but also sometimes other fun stuff. If you want to find me elsewhere in the podcast verse, you can also tune into my podcast, The Pit Crew, a show dedicated to dissecting the HBO Max medical drama, The Pit. The Bits is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like Burn Before Reading, a podcast about literature, where your hosts, Christina and Leela, cringe about writing.
I'm Christina Kahn.
And I'm Leela Hilton.
And this is Burn Before Reading,
the podcast about literature.
We're here to examine the terrible writing we did when we were younger.
Like that school project you were really proud of.
Or that poem you wrote when you got dumped.
Well, how about that apology letter you wrote to your mom when you got into that fight?
Or the song you recorded before you knew how to write music.
Okay, don't at me. And we're here to talk about other cringy literary topics along the way.
Like the Library of Alexandria.
And Dewey Decimal.
His name was Melville Dewey.
Oh, well, do we want to get the clips rolling?
I don't think I ever recovered from this in terms of being cool.
Why did I say any of this?
I do like the drama.
So there is actually quite a bit to unpack here.
Oh, all this drama was so addictive as a teenager.
There's no punctuation to it. I'll start with that.
I actually have no memory of this.
There were so many lies that I was telling it.
It's not terrible.
No one really taught me how to write a good short story.
That was a journey.
Listen to Burn Before Reading
Every Wednesday, wherever pods are cast.
Dave X Media.